over 5 years ago. I started it because I'm a real estate agent and I had some senior families that were moving. And as we were going through the transaction, they said, we need one place to call to get all the services that we need. They needed movers, they needed organizers, they needed legal help, they needed financial help, they needed real estate help. They needed to find assisted living for their parents. And I said, I don't have a clue. And this was probably 7, 8 years ago. And so a little over 5 years ago, I started this group with 9 people. Some of the originals are still here. And it just grew. And now we have 6 different chapters around the Houston area and a little over 70 service providers. So, hey, thank you guys all. This is your group, really. This all started because of the original folks that were coming to the meeting and saying, let's make something bigger of this. And that's what we've done. So, how do we do what we do? Here's our first quiz.
Bill, is that a rose up there?
That looks like a rose. So,
Roses.
yeah. Resources.
Options.
Oh, we're on top of it now. Look at this. So wait a minute, stop.
Solutions.
What would options be? What would we be? I mean, what do you mean? What do we mean by options?
All our members.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Two
But that's
members
a good answer,
per
right? So
category.
maybe somebody wants to age in place, or maybe they want to move into assisted living. Maybe we need to give them those options, right? What are their options to do one versus the other, right? Services. That's all of us for sure, right? What's next?
Education.
Education. That kind of goes with the options and the resources. You know, we want to educate seniors and their families. What are their options? Educate them a little bit more about what's going on. Because as we all know, anybody that's been through this, which most of us have, been a caregiver, there's a lot of information out there and we don't know what we don't know. So
Exactly.
we need to be educated. And you guys are all the experts. So.
Which
And-
provides the solutions.
Solution. Look at Gary. Gary's on top of it today. So that's how we do what we do. Roses, right? We're a bouquet of roses, as somebody once said. So very good. All right. Next up is Gail.
Okay, on that blank spot there.
Just had to- okay.
Where'd you put the clicker?
Yeah, let me set this up real quick. Sorry for the brief introduction. Gail is going to do a little networking education for us, which we're going to do more of.
There you go.
And let's see, where's the
Slide.
yeah.
That's all right. I can just do it from here, can
You can go ahead, try it.
I? Looks like it works.
I'm not sure why it's
Yeah.
okay. We'll leave it like that.
Okay.
All right, so next up is Gail. Gail is going to give us a little networking education on one-on-ones. And going forward with the whole group, we're going to start doing a little bit more networking education. Just because I think there's probably some folks that have come in maybe not really familiar with business networking. And we want to grow the group, the whole organization, because we want to be able to help more seniors and their families. So the best way to do that is understanding and learning how to connect with other people and inviting them to the meetings and then keeping those relationships going. So without further ado, Mr. Gale.
Thank you, Bill. So, would you agree with me that most people make up their mind about whether they want to continue talking with you within the first couple seconds?
Yes.
It's a very, very short period of time. And we're going to focus on 3 things today, because somebody told me that people could only remember 3 things at a time. So that's all we're going to cover. The first question is, where or when does networking start? And I'll just kind of take a poll here with you guys here. You think it's when they first come in the door? Kim says yes, okay? Yeah. Or is it when they make eye contact? So I'm looking at Jim Bobo over here.
Yes.
Could be that. Or, when, like with this here, we shook hands. Or, when we start talking with each other.
All of it.
All the above.
All the
All
above.
of the above.
Actually, it starts when you wake up in the morning and get out of bed and you look in the mirror and you put on your networker's face. Tony Robbins calls it peak state. Because we have to start preparation right away. And we have to think about some things. Who are we going to meet at that meeting? One of the things I suggest to people is that they would go ahead and get a list of the attendees of a meeting ahead of time and pick out the people that they want to talk with there. Another thing is, what are we going to say? And we'll talk about that in just a minute here. What about your appearance? Now, men, women look at everything. They look at your hair. Is it combed? Is it clean? Is it in your ears? They see if your attire matches. Does the coat, pants, shirt, tie, and so on. They look at your fingernails. You probably didn't know that. They look at your fingernails. They see if your shoes are shined. Now, have you ever been in a meeting when somebody walked in the door and all of the heads turned to look at him? It might have been a beautiful woman, or it might have been a handsome man, or it may have just been someone that showed confidence. So all of these things we need to be thinking about far ahead of when we end up at the networking meeting. Wrong. How does your dog know when you're going to give him a bath? I mean, they spend all day eating and sleeping and playing and watching you. And they learn your mannerisms. And they learn your words. And when they hear, let's give the dog a bath, they dive underneath the couch. Kids are the same way. They study their mother. And they know the exact time when she's in the best mood to ask for the cookie. Now, you and I are the same way. We hear these people's words, and sometimes they raise a red flag that say, I'm trying to sell you something. That's a deal killer. You'll see people are still nodding their head and saying, uh-huh, but they're looking over your shoulder to see the next guy that they're going to meet. Right. Okay? So, what are those words that people say that put you off, that shut it down?
How do you think about it?
I, me, mine, we, us, our. Talking about yourself. Now, I know the corporate strategy, and that is tell them how great the company is and how great the products are and how great you are. I gave a talk at the conservatory. You guys know the conservatory in the northwest area there. And the meeting before, I was sitting making notes, and the facilitator came up to me and said, what are you taking notes on here? I see you writing down numbers when people talk. I said, I'm writing down the number of times they say I, me, mine, we, us, our, number of times they talk about themselves. And it went I think 12 was the most time that somebody talked about themselves, and 4 was probably the least amount of times. And the facilitator said, I want you to come talk to us next month. Because if that is killing the deal, if you're losing not just the sale, but you're losing any type of involvement with these people by just talking about yourself instead of about them, then you probably need to change that. So, would it be okay if I just gave you an example of an introduction? Would that be all right? Okay.
Sure.
So, do you know how? When you say "do you know how," then there's a seat up here, Colin. We saved it for you, knowing you might show up late.
Thank you very much.
And one here for Dan also, Dan.
Old news, sorry we're late, sorry.
I
apologize, you went to the wrong location.
That's good. I don't want to tell you that's my seat, Colin, but anyway.
This is yours?
That's okay. Yeah, Bill's got a seat there.
I'm good. Yeah, you got
Really
it.
good seat there. Oh, we got off track, didn't we? Do you know how? Do you know how most people, Colin, are you part of most people? Well, I guess so.
I expect so.
So now, we have curiosity from do you know how, and we've got inclusion from most people. Do you know how most people have a difficulty introducing themselves? We put in a problem, okay? If you offer a problem, then you have to give a solution, right? You know how most people have a difficulty introducing themselves? Well, some people know the magic words that keep that conversation going. Dan, would you like to know those magic?
I would love to know.
Well, we're here with all these people networking, and it takes me a few minutes to go over that with you. Would it be okay getting together for a cup of coffee and see how we could help each other's business?
Yes.
All you want is a meeting. You never, ever try to sell something in a networking environment. You just want that meeting set up. Same thing you do in your business every day, right? Okay. Member participation. Turn to the person next to you if they're still speaking to you, and ask them, what do you do? Now, that person's gonna respond. You got 30 seconds. Who's a good timer? You good? You got time to? All right, Bill's gonna keep the time. You got 30 seconds to give your introduction without saying, I, me, mine, right here.
Front and center.
Are we ready?
We have two of us here, two different companies, but we do similar services.
Okay,
Come on in.
Appreciate that.
there you are. Thank you, Susan. Any questions about it before we start? I know you're used to saying, I'm so-and-so, and my company is such and such, and we do this, and we do that, right? That's exactly what you've been saying. And people haven't been listening to you, and you're wondering how come I'm not getting more response? So, let's try it. We got a short time. Bill, you say when we're ready. Decide who's gonna go first with your partner here.
Ready?
Susan, you got Bobo, and Dan, you got.
Pick your person to talk to. Ready?
You can.
Set, go!
When was the last time you came across a situation where you had a nice piece of stuff and sell that?
Oh, really?
Well, I know. I'm doing 30 minutes. I'm not a very good timer.
Say time's up.
I'm gonna give him a minute. Do a little bit of talking. Hold on.
Okay, time's up. Now,
That's enough.
second person goes.
Oh, second person go.
When was the last time you had an estate sale because they needed some assistance in
Every single time.
Unless they just want to downsize. Do you ever come across situations where they just want to downsize?
We're almost done.
So we do one more.
2, 1.
Okay, 30 seconds up. I know we've got 5 people per table, so somebody hasn't talked yet. So we got ready to go again. All right, so the fifth person gets to talk now.
The fifth
Well,
person gets
you
to
only
talk.
have 4.
Go ahead.
Right here.
Go ahead.
Gail.
I get to do it.
You're gonna do our
You
talking.
know how most people have difficulty introducing themselves? Well, some people know the magic word. Magic word. I know so you like to know those magic words. But it takes me a few minutes.
Okay, time's up.
See how we can help each other get all you want is your power. All you want. You never ever try to sell something in networking environment.
Time's
Get
up.
it? Time's up? Okay. So that means you can stop talking now.
All right.
That feel funny? Kind of strange? How many were able to do it with an honest show of hands without saying I, me, mine, we, us, ours? A few, okay? A few. If you work on that, you will see that people perceive you differently. And it will make a difference in your business, in your life. Yes, Russell?
So question, I didn't know if I was cheating by using one-one mobility, the proper noun versus saying I and we.
That's a good question, I was wondering.
Who said that?
It's like there's a bunch of rules. But I get to say one-on-one mobility
Yeah.
in the question.
What's
One-on-one
an
mobility.
example? I mean,
Is that?
That's the same thing as advertising your company. You want to be talking about them. People only want to know 2 things. One is whether you have a solution for them, or 2, if you can help them increase their income.
So if they said, what do you do, you're not supposed to say your name or the company?
Not only do you never say, what do you do when you meet someone? Because that gives them a license to tell you how great their company is, how great their products are, and how great they are. Okay? Instead, you can say something like, Russell, what's going to be your greatest accomplishment this year? All of a sudden, he has to think, right there. Who invited you to the meeting? You know, where else do you network? A lot of different things you can ask and say, rather than what do you do? Because they're going to tell you at some point anyway. But don't give them a license. Yes,
But that
Debbie.
But that still gives the respondent the I, me, we, our answers. So if I'm asking you, Gail, are
Yeah.
you supposed to say,
I'm going to say what I just told you. Do you know how most people have a difficulty introducing themselves? Well, some people know the magic answer to keep the conversation
no, I'm gonna say that to you.
going. Huh?
Do you know how people introduce themselves? Most people have a difficult time with it.
Oh,
So,
very good.
would you like to meet for coffee sometime? and
You'd be
talk
talking about ship and save or whatever. You'd be talking about your problem, not my problem. You
So-
understand what I'm saying?
No.
Give us an example.
All right.
How would you
It could-
introduce yourself?
Because of the interest of time, we'll do that on a one-on-one afterwards, okay?
Do you know the map? Yeah.
All right. Bill's got me on a short leash here. So, let's talk a little bit about one-to-ones.
Thank you.
You know, let me back up to the beginning here. And rather than net sit or net eat, it is net work. So think about your chapter meeting, the first 1/3. 30 minutes of your chapter meeting are set aside so that you can do what? And when you're networking, what do you do?
Set up meetings.
Kind of got a hint behind me here, right? Okay. You should be setting up one-to-ones. When you checked in today, what question did you answer?
How many one-on-ones?
How many 101s did you have? Or who did you have it with, rather? We want to know specifically who you had it with. That was right on, when I said, excuse me, for the visitors, they didn't get that part. But the members, when you checked in, that QR code, it asked you how many you. It also asked you another question. What was that?
How many referrals?
Ah, how many referrals? So let's think about changing up the first 30 minutes that we spend here. And a lot of times people say, well, the meeting doesn't start till 9 o'clock, so I don't have to be there until 5 minutes till 9. Use that 30 minutes to start building your business. Yes, we're focused on seniors and their families and helping them as our prime interest, but secondarily, we also want to build our business. And the only way we're going to be able to build our business is be able to converse with one another in order to have one-to-ones. So some of the things, you want to have an agenda. You want to know what you're going to do when you come to that meeting, not just come and plop down there, right? Build the rapport and refer prospects. Be specific. Rather than Avon that says, good prospect for me is anybody that has a face. You want to say something. Like, I'm looking for Colin Atchison at XYZ company, okay? Be specific about it. Set up your next one-to-one. Very important aspect here. This is not a one-time deal. We're going to be meeting with each other time and again. Record your one-to-one when you do the register. Okay, so push the button here. We just started this. This is a one-to-one matrix. I know you can't see it very well. I can't see it very well. But that's David there. That's David there. So David is going to start a one-to-one with the first person on his list, that is Colin. You write down in there the date that you set for the meeting. Very simple. So David's the first guy on the line. He just go across the line and set the meetings up for the one-to-ones. You need to have at least 1 or 2 one-to-ones every week. Okay, you ought to be meeting that many of the members. So we'll send you a copy of. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
This rule of one-to-one, this sounds like D&I stuff, okay? Really does.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
big time. No, it's not. That's why it dropped out.
Yeah. Our focus is on seniors and their families.
Understood.
We've got a secondary purpose, and that's to build our business. To build our business, we need to be able to talk to one another, give referrals and so
But
forth,
at the
okay?
same time, maybe when we do our little 30-second thing, we can share other places we have gone to promote TSEC.
Excellent
Sure.
idea. Thank.
One-on-one or however you want.
Right, thank you. Okay, so, what did we learn today? Preparation for networking. When does networking start?
When you get up.
When we wake up, very good. The next thing is an effective introduction, which means you do what? Eliminate I, me, mine, we, us, and ours, okay? And then third, conducting that one-to-one session. So, my question to you, how many of you are committed to doing those three simple things? Can I see by a show of hands? Are you guys committed to doing it? Okay, we'll see if if it makes a difference for you.
All right.
Thank you, Bill. All right.
Very good. Thank you, Bill. Richard, I understand your comment,
Yeah.
and I know I don't want to be that, like a BNI, and I know you don't want that. But I think it's important for us to be able to connect with each other. So this is one way that we're gonna try to help everybody, encourage everybody to do that. We're not keeping track of referrals because if you don't do them, we're gonna kick you out. Or one-on-ones or anything like that, or
It's a
attendance.
good
right?
education point.
I mean, that's the main thing. We want to help seniors and families. The bigger we can grow, the more people that we can connect with, good service providers, the more families we'll be able to connect with and help. It's not for tracking to keep score of dollar amounts or anything like that, like a BNI. Okay? So, but I understand. I know we're going to get a little bit of that. That's the way it is. All right. Let's see. Where am I? Take my glasses off. Okay. So let's do introductions. Now that you've been educated. We are going to have to keep it really quick because let's see, we're at, well, we got 10 minutes, no, 5 minutes now. And then we're going to do some senior trivia contests, and then we're going to do some other interactive stuff. So I'll start, and let's do, really quick, like who you are, company, if you're a member and what chapter you're in, if you're not, who invited you, okay? So, I'm not gonna do the full one, anyway. Bill Graff, founder of Senior Estate Concierge, also a real estate broker and senior real estate specialist, and partner with Carmen Donaldson, who is the boss. Not bossy, but the boss. Okay, that's up. And I'm in all chapters. So.
Hello, I'm Emily Rain with Home Helpers, non-medical in-home care, part of the West chapter.
What she said, and I'm Maritha Johnson Vincent.
She works with me. She's my-
Who invited you?
She's my new,
Emily and Beverly, I got 2 invites.
Oh.
I've already introduced myself.
Okay, Beverly?
I'm Beverly Baxter. I am trying to become a member, and I work at Comfort Keepers, and I've always been invited by Gail because we contact each other through email.
Very good.
Good morning, Russell Klein, 101 Mobility. We do home modifications like lifts, ramps, elevators. And I want to bring your attention, as you've heard me say in other meetings, the Abilities Expo is the first weekend of August, 2nd, 3rd, 4th at NRG. And I'm presenting you every day there.
Okay. Mikey? Mikey?
Northwest.
Hi, guys, Mikey Newton with Billy. We provide companion assistant services, and I'm the co-leader, or leader.
You are.
For the Southwest chapter.
Debbie Demras with Pack and Send Movers. We do just that. We move you from wherever you are to wherever you want to be. And we have a specialty with senior moves. And- And I'm with the leader of the West chapter, Central chapter.
Central chapter.
There's somebody.
I'm Richard with McCrory Construction, Central Chapter, we're remodeling contractors and aging in place specialists, right behind this gentleman right here.
Hi, my name's Andy. I'm a visitor invited by Gail. I am a concierge functional nutrition longevity coach. And my question here is, does everyone here living a chronically healthy life? Because that's what my company's all about.
Yeah. Did you say chronically healthy?
Yes, chronically healthy.
I had to think about that.
My name is Sherry. I also own a home care agency, Home Watch Caregivers. We provide in-home care services like personal care, complex care. I'm a member of Northwest chapter, and also, if I have another minute, we are expanding. We are going to be merging with another Woodlands office, so we will be covering Woodlands, Conroe, Kingwood side as well.
Thank you. All right, table.
My name is Avis Kelly. I'm home care liaison with the Key, home care as well. With my partner here, we provide in-home services. We also go out to communities, and our focus is on the balance of overall well-being. I was my counterpart Amy here. Not a member just yet, but I hope to be so soon.
She's a kind of member.
Evelyn, I'm a senior insurance specialist, and I help people with their individual Medicare 401k plans. I help navigate them and explain and educate the ins and outs of the healthcare system.
Chapter?
Northwest.
No, Shepherd Ellis from Spring Branch Medical Supply Store, retail store over there on Bingle and I-10. Central chapter. I do want to give one shout out if I'm allowed to.
Yes.
We got a great referral from Belmont, Hunters Creek to get Mr. Benson to buy one of our nice hospital beds. Thank you. That's very good.
I'm Amy Lynch. I am home care liaison with the Key as well. And we are brand spanking new members of the North chapter.
Let's give her a big hand.
I handle the north part of the greater Houston area, and Avis, my counterpart, handles south. So we would love to join another chapter. That's what we need. But she's a pseudo member.
Everybody, I'm a visitor here today. I'm going to try something a little bit different, thanks to Gail. Do you know how many times as our parents and our grandparents get older, we find that they need care, and it's very, very expensive. We don't know how to pay for it. Well, then I would love to sit down and talk to everybody, because we have ways of helping with that. So I'm Robert Linden with the Fitzpatrick Group. Very nice.
Okay, Barry.
No, I'm not invited by Gail.
We got the table. Barry?
Yes. My name is Mary Crispin, and I help families when they are going through a really hard time. Most of them don't have a plan in place for burial or cremation services, so we're able to offer all of those, as well as talk about it ahead of time, so the emotional side is taken out of it and they're able to make sound decisions. And all of you are my resources through that entire process, so thank you for being here today.
What chapter?
Central chapter.
Central?
I'm a member of the Central chapter. No one likes to work in crisis, so I try to help people get a plan in place with navigating senior living communities. Like I said, I'm in Central, but Ashley Arrington is in the Northwest chapter, and we can go in and around anywhere in Houston. Our services are complimentary, and we just opened up the Corpus Christi area. So, anyone who's Corpus.
Can I add, I got a referral from Mari just this week, somebody that's not ready yet.
They will.
Trying to help them. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Angela Odinsky. I'm an estate planning and elder law attorney, so I help your clients to navigate the legal complexities of aging, dementia, and powers of attorney. And my office is also expanding into another state, so I'm going to be kind of in and out. I'm happy I'm still helping everyone, my staff is still here, everybody's still going to be here. I still have my practice here, but I'm also going to be doing a little bit more remote for my clients. Heading to Washington State. So, I am in Central Chapter. Yes. Yes, anytime.
Folks, remember, this is a one-breath introduction. We're kind of short on time.
Yes, Carter Donaldson, Graf Donaldson Realty Group. I'm in the Northwest Chapter.
And real quick, I want to follow up with Carmen. Where's Sharon? We did get a referral from Sharon, so thank you so much. We're still working on it.
That's right, we're still working.
Okay, Troy, go ahead.
Troy Williams, Oasis Senior Advisors. We're the puzzle masters of senior living and senior care to be able to stay either in your home or find a place. Troy, Oasis Senior Advisors, leader of the Northwest chapter.
Good.
Okay, I'm Joel Berry. I'm in the Central Chapter also. I specialize in life, long-term care, and short-term care insurance.
I'm Terry Knight. I'm the host of A Senior Moment with Terry. It's where we do in-depth discussions about senior issues, where we inform, inspire, and empower seniors and their adult children in the last chapter of the senior's life. It will air on your home TV beginning in August. It will travel around the world. I've been called here by Troy.
Hi, I'm Astra Dunker. Viking Dietrich invited me here, and I'm with Griswold Home Care. Today is National Tequila Day. So, if you have elderly or somebody that needs to stay hydrated, you can call us to make sure that they're hydrated in home care.
Gary Rolls, Central Advisors, CFP and Fiduciary, Northwest Chapter. I help put together the financial piece to figure out, hey, can they afford to do this stay at home versus an assisted living facility, that sort of thing, as well as take over managing money if appropriate.
Stephen King, Senior Health Services, Medicare Specialist. Any questions, anytime on educating anyone you know about how Medicare works, how to sign up, and especially what plans work best for them, and it changes every year. Central Chapter.
Good afternoon, everybody. Colin Atchison, new member of the West Chapter. Blue Moon Estate Sales of Katy, although we do come as far in as the west side of downtown. We provide survey services to help people relieve themselves of unwanted household goods when they're downsizing or perhaps moving into assisted living. Thank you.
Another new member.
Dan Bawden, Central Chapter, founding member. How many of you realize that when you get older, you're, like most people, you're going to want to stay at home and not have to move to assisted living if you don't have to? There are wonderful places like this, but if you don't have to, most people want to stay home. To do that, you're going to need a home modification specialist. I'm a certified, certified aging in place specialist. That's a national certification in renovating homes so people can stay in them as they get older and have the home modified for safety and independence. I think it's God's work, and there is certainly a large demand for it. Legal Contractors is my company name in Bel Air, Texas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jim Bobo. I'm a guest of Gail. I think I'm a guest. So I have been a senior softball player for 19 years, officially. Next year it'll be 20. And we play with Harris County Senior Softball. I publish a magazine in Houston called West University Neighbors. We have 1,300 magazines in North America. We use print and digital, and I'd like to meet all of you one-on-one. So I think that's it.
Thank you, Dan. Susan?
Hello, everybody. I am going to attempt this. No, I, we, you, he, she said. Okay. So how many of you happen to know anybody who is having difficulty getting through the day? If you do, then please speak with me for a one-on-one. And I'm Susan Salmon, and I did the I. Always Best Care, member of the West Chapter.
Yep.
All right. Is that everybody?
You're up.
Okay, I already went.
I'll turn the camera on.
I already went. All right, so now we're going to do senior trivia. So we can do this per table if you'd like. Oh, yes. And Lori, go ahead.
I just want to interrupt because I don't want to be passing the box around. Our nonprofit is Twilight Wish, which is like a Make-A-Wish for seniors. And we need all of your help in helping us get wishes. We have lots of wonderful volunteers, and we are always doing fundraising, but we need wishes. So we will have a meeting to explain what we're doing there. But if you run across someone in your business, in your day, that needs a wish fulfilled, they need a walker, they want to go to a fall meeting, just so that we can add on to our funds.
All right. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. All right, you all ready for some fun? Now, we can do this per table, I guess. That might be the easiest thing. Does everybody have one of these? Everybody have one. All right.
I don't have one.
You don't have one. There's one right there, Cam.
Oh, mine's here?
Okay.
Yeah, we're competing, but have one more person.
Well, we're going to go down the list, and then we're going to see who knows the answers. Which table gets the right answer? How's that? And the winning 3 tables get a special prize. Hey, y'all, pay attention now. Get a special prize, How to Say It to Seniors. This is a great book, How to Say It to Seniors. So, anyway, all right. Are we ready? We only have a couple minutes, but we got other stuff to do.
Oh, you don't have one.
I was going to say the bathroom, but...
What is the most visited tourist attraction in the world? Any ideas?
Bathroom tower. Disney. Eiffel Tower.
No?
Grand Canyon.
Statue of Liberty.
No? No?
It was not Disney?
Think of one of the biggest cities in the U.S.
New York City.
But what is in New York City?
Times Square.
Hey, who said that? All right.
Is that right?
We got a winner back there. That's number 1. All right. What is the nickname for the clock at the end of the Palace of Westminster?
Big Ben.
Big Ben. Very good. What was Ho Chi Minh City previously called?
Saigon.
Saigon. Very good. Very good. What was the largest art museum in the world?
The Louvre.
Oh man, you guys are pretty good. Yeah. Which Greek god has been immortalized in a statue that you can visit in Olympia?
Zeus?
Hey, very good.
Y'all are way smarter than me.
If I didn't have the answers, I wouldn't have a clue. All right, which French?
Paris.
Okay.
Chicago.
Which city is referred to? Chicago. All right, we're on number 8 already.
Why is it called the Windy City?
Because it's windy.
It's really windy. And cold.
It's because it's by the lake.
But they have underground tunnels.
Why is it? Okay, why is it, Lori? Why, Lori?
Because
Yeah.
blowhard politicians were, as my father says, because everyone eats hot dogs.
Okay. Which lake is famously referred to as the jewel of the Italian?
Garda.
You skipped it.
Garda?
Was it Opera House?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was it the Opera House? We missed 8.
Well, I answered Garda.
8 is Sydney Opera House.
Right.
9 is
Lake Como.
Lake Como. Who said that?
I did.
Wow, that's good. Oh, that's because it's in Italy. Is that right?
Aurora Borealis.
Ah. What is the scientific name for the Northern Lights? Oh, you guys.
We're moving
Okay,
on.
I gotta catch up. Okay, hold on.
We're all type A's.
Giza.
Where in Egypt can you find the Great Pyramids? Giza, Cairo, Giza. Which continent doesn't have ants?
Antarctica.
Very good. Are there any native snakes in New Zealand?
No, maybe not.
Maybe not.
I mean, no. I'd say no.
Oh, why do you say no?
Because you asked the question at all.
Oh, man, you guys are too smart. In which country is the Plain of Jars?
Mongolia?
No. Oh, I got a
Better
stumper.
give it a shot.
Any other guesses?
Arabia?
14.
Laos.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea what that is. Which famous cocktail originated in the Ruffles Hotel, Singapore?
Oh, thanks.
Singapore Sling. How would you know that? You been there? You had one?
Yes. What's the answer?
What's the answer?
Okay. Where can you find the 7 colored Earths?
China.
Peru.
Martos?
Arizona. 7 colored Earths, isn't that Peru?
Martos? Is that how you say it?
Oh, okay.
Not sure.
What was the answer?
Maritos? Yeah. Okay. On which Caribbean island can you swim with pigs?
Paradise Island.
do double next time.
Paradise
And
Island.
where's Paradise Island?
It's right next to Nassau.
And Nassau is in where?
Oh, Bahamas.
Bahamas.
I thought one little.
Name Italy's most popular frozen dessert. Yay. Lori gets all the Italian ones. In which country will you find, how do you say that word? The Lion Rock Fortress. Sri Lanka. All right, last but not least, which Central South American country is home to the largest salt flats of the world? Ooh.
Ecuador.
Yeah.
Colombia.
Yeah.
South American country.
Argentina.
Venezuela.
Paraguay. Keep going. You keep. Someone get out there, Earth.
Oh, Chile.
Bolivia.
Oh, of course.
All right.
What's,
All right.
what's 19? I didn't.
What? 19 Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
I didn't get,
So, who got the most?
I don't think we did a good job.
What's the dessert?
It's been there already, Gary. Go on the other way.
What's the dessert?
I'm drawing numbers.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Who can tell me what ROSA stands for?
ROS. Services and. Education, I miss education.
You didn't do it in the right order. Does that count? We'll give you one of them.
All right, I did it right the first time.
Okay, who can tell me what the Senior State Concierge's mission is? Bridge gaps and?
Resources.
Oh, you members that have been coming for years, you should know this by now. What is it?
To bridge the gap,
To bridge the gaps in the senior service industry and?
Resource.
provide a caring team.
Move a little bit, I'll tell you.
There's a little more to it than that. That's close.
That's right. He went through, I was
That's one more. There you go.
And?
Trusted senior service.
And connect seniors and families with trusted senior services. Oh, I don't think I got to give this to a guest.
Yes.
There you go.
Wow.
Wow. How many chapters does Senior State Concierge have?
6.
6.5.
All right. Let's see. One more.
Come on, Bill.
It's a good question to ask. Who's the president of the United? No. I'm not going there.
That's a question.
Not going there.
We don't really know that. Acting president.
Oh, stop recording. What year did the Senior State Concierge start?
5 years ago.
5.5 years ago.
What year? What?
2019.
What was the right answer?
2019?
2019. 5.5 years ago.
You've been here since then?
I said that a while back.
Oh, did you?
You said that in 2019, right?
Okay, so here, now, we've got some time left. What I'd like to do, you guys, members, is get your feedback for 2025 improvements and enhancements for us, okay? So, what I mean by that. What I'd like everybody, or shout it out as you want, we're gonna write them up here and then we're gonna try to make those improvements. What I'd like to hear is,
Can't remember the rest of the guys from the first meeting.
and be candid, okay?
He's now
Give me
leading
3
the
things and
West
2 things of, if you've been around in Senior State Concierge for a little while, or not, that you, I don't want to say don't like, but what are 3 things that you'd like to see improved for next year? You know, we've done surveys in the past, and a lot of the things that come up are, you know, connections to, well, these all chapter meetings are great, the connections to so many different service providers around the Houston area. I'm looking at more like the technology side of things, but it doesn't have to be that. I'm working with a website developer to start up, to help the user experience, the members experience for next year and going forward. Does that make sense? So, go ahead.
Okay, so you're asking.
I'm asking for different types of improvements.
Yes, so.
What do you not like, and what do you like? And what would you like to see improved? How about, put it that way?
I think that, Bill, you, both of you have done a brilliant job of growing this network. All right, with the pace, with the quality, with the enrichment of individual businesses, that is fantastic. Therefore, I would prefer, it's just my opinion, that if you need metrics, if you're trying to determine quantitatively where else can we go, what else can we achieve, how do we build bigger, better, with more impact, rather than saying today, for the first time, we're gonna keep a matrix of who's done one-on-ones. My preference is, in this room right now, you ask people, what are they comfortable doing in order to build measurements into this community? So like,
Okay.
you know, where are the referrals? How are we tracking them as a group, as a call out that we can say we've accomplished this in the community versus what feels like it was suddenly imposed in the discussion today?
Can you summarize that a little bit more?
I'm saying.
So what are you saying that you would?
We can determine in this discussion the metrics by which this will, the TSEC community,
Okay.
determine the metrics of the TSEC community here and now. What are people comfortable reporting out or contributing
Okay.
in numbers?
All right.
I agree, because not all chapters are the same size, and so we're tiny in the Southwest. It'd be really hard for us to commit to, you know, and I do have one-on-ones, but it just would be hard for me to meet with the same people all the time. That doesn't make sense for my business.
So, okay.
But the one-on-ones don't have to be confined to your
Right,
chapter,
to your
right?
chapter, right.
I mean, they can be outside your chapter.
Well, and the
But
theory.
you know what makes sense for your business, if her business is primarily in one geographic area, it's not gonna make sense for her to go down south, for example.
No, but
Why
I
not?
might have a referral for her in her
Yeah.
area.
And I
I'm
do
in
that.
the Northwest chapter.
I do that. I'm just thinking of the
That's what I'm
framework for the per chapter, like here's the matrix. That doesn't make sense for the tiny Southwest chapter.
Well, if you do, okay. I'm not trying to,
Right
I'm
now.
not trying to
Right
debate
now,
or argue that.
anyway.
I think if you do a one-to-one with everybody in that chapter, then you start going out the other places that you go, right? The other chapters. I mean, that's why we have an all chapters meeting, right? So we can all get to know each other, right? So doing one-on-ones with other members and other chapters should benefit both sides. That's the way I look at it.
Well, yeah, and I do that. I mean, I do that.
Okay, so tell me again, what was it that you don't, so am I hearing that you don't really want to do one-on-ones? No?
Don't want to be
No, it's
obliged
just-
to do them, to report them out. Because if it's in our business, we already know how to do that.
Okay.
So we don't want it to be an
So
obligation
you don't
of
like
this group.
one-to-ones?
Yeah.
Well, no.
That's
he
not
said
what
we
she
don't like
said at
that.
all.
You don't like them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't like
but you don't
reporting.
care for having to, don't like to have to do.
You don't want to report
Don't want to have to
one-on-ones,
report.
Don't want to have to report it. That's what I'm gathering, right? That's.
Public matrix versus your
Southwest
personal
and
one.
Sugar Land.
Right.
You can see it.
All right? Dan?
So a couple of things. One is, we're gonna need, as we grow, a larger meeting room. It's gonna be standing room only pretty soon.
Yes.
Which is a good problem to have, but that needs to be discussed by leadership. And secondly, maybe doing some mix or some TSEC social gatherings, maybe quarterly and in different parts of town so the Northwest people can gather up there easily and the central people can. But have, you know, we've had them before, Bill, you and I have
Yeah.
done that. And they haven't been super highly attended, maybe 10 people, but they're a lot of fun and a great way to get to know each other. Having some snacks and a couple of drinks kind of loosens things up.
Yep.
Those have been really fun.
Okay.
What I would not like, which we haven't implemented yet, is I don't mind the one-on-ones, I think they're great, I learn a lot, but don't like the aspect of recording it.
Okay, that's what we have, recording.
Yeah, I don't mind the reporting that I had a one-on-one, I don't like the recording of it.
What do you mean by that? Recording it
Writing it
and
down.
broadcasting it, or?
No, I mean, did I hear you correctly, or am I incorrect in saying that the meeting itself will be recorded?
Oh, you're talking about recording, like videotaping the meetings?
Yeah, not one-to-ones.
Not the one-to-ones,
Okay.
no.
Oh, recording it on the spreadsheet.
Okay, that's fine.
That's right.
Improvements, I like things very positive. I'm very positive oriented, wanted to bring that feel good thing. So if we had some examples of the previous month about what your service did that was a feel good moment or a success story.
Some testimonials.
Testimonials, successes. I think that would be highlighting the person's services and the success of it, whoever that may be.
Okay.
Bill, do we have on the website a place for Google reviews?
No, we don't yet.
So that's something that needs to be there, cause in today's world, everyone looks at the Google reviews.
So let's go with that for a little bit, because one of the things I want to do is have a member portal. So from a technology standpoint, something that all the members can go out to, number one, find, the documents that are important, like the member commitment, cancellation policy, things like that. I'm thinking of something else. Also be able to post your newsletters, because a lot of you have newsletters. I get them in the email. Be able to post the newsletters, and that would increase SEO, which is good for our website. And that's the whole idea, is have that portal so that you can put down those things, increase SEO, and then get better, and then probably go out and get some more Google reviews as well.
And if we had the portal, we can each put one of our flyers out there.
Right,
So I can
right.
go in and get documents.
Right, portal, and that's what I'm working with right now with the website guys. What would we want on that platform? So let's think about that for a few minutes. What would you like on a platform?
What about like the Excel spreadsheets of who attended which meetings?
Yes.
So that we can access that easily, like I might have met someone here
Yeah.
that didn't get their card or whatever.
So meeting attendance?
Meeting attendee list.
Yeah, that's great.
Lists.
That would be really,
that'd be helpful.
Okay.
With a sign-in sheet would help that when you come in.
Which is what we've got right now, but now it's on the Google Drive.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever you check in with that QR code, it's going right to the Google Drive, but then we want to put that on a member portal where you can just go into that member portal and see, right?
Right.
That's the idea.
Do we have a member directory with contact information for everybody who's a member?
Yep. It's on the website.
It's on the
Yeah.
website.
Yep.
And you go into the chapters.
You can pick the location and the direction.
Lori, did you have something?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm part of another networking group, and we do, it's not a senior one. No. But, instead of one-on-ones, and just throwing this idea out here, one of the meetings a year is a networking meeting, where it's either like, we do team, like divided to teams, and like, pick someone, find, like a scavenger hunt, like someone plans a networking meeting. And so you really get like an opportunity in this meeting to be networking. Just one of the meetings a year is a networking meeting. And the other thing this group does is we do something called lunch. Angela's part of this group. And so the chapter head would once a year pick 3 or 4 people to go out to lunch, but you go to breakfast or coffee or whatever, and you actually go with those 4 people. And so it's really helped me to like not even know what they did, but like just really get to know each other over a meal. And it was something that, well, you just get an email. This is your 2000 lunch, munch, bunch.
Okay.
or
So is that like a,
whatever.
kind of like a
Lunch, bunch.
small social gathering, or just a chapter?
It was like, you get an email with these people, and then you send the email and say, when do you wanna get
It's like a
together?
blind date for
It's like a
networking.
blind date, but it's 4 people. 3 or 4 people, and don't you think it really worked? I thought it was great, it was amazing.
So is that just a per chapter? I mean, you
I
only
mean,
have
yeah,
one.
we only
Yeah.
have one group,
Right,
but
right.
but like it could be, that could be for a chapter, and then the all meeting, maybe one meeting just be a networking, where it's like kind of a dynamics of like,
So like a speed networking thing?
well, there's a million things, I mean,
All right.
Maybe call it a 4-person networking event.
4-person one-on-one.
I mean, that's just an easier
One
way to do
four.
one-on-one.
No, the testimonials, I wasn't thinking of testimonials, I was more thinking of what we would say as a feel-good story, not necessarily a testimonial from a client or
Okay.
examples of a feel-good story.
And we were doing that for a little while, doing case studies kind of thing.
Kind of thing like that.
Okay, yep, okay.
May I ask, what is your reach in terms of like social platforms? So your Facebook, or what are your other social platforms?
Right now it's just Facebook.
Just Facebook?
Yeah.
So maybe as a way to incentivize people becoming members, you can say, and by becoming a new member, we'll do a member highlight for so-and-so month or this week or whatever. Because the goal is obviously to grow the chapter, but you're not gonna grow it if you can't grow your member.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe that's an option.
Member highlights?
Yeah, and then even
New
if
member?
someone, yeah, or if someone
Or, yeah.
wins an award or has a new certification or
Member
I don't
news.
know, anything like we're so proud of Lori for expanding her business to Corpus Christi, something of that nature, and that could be anyone, whether it's congratulations to Barry for winning the National Funeral Directors Award. I haven't yet, but I'm things like that.
It's gonna be the first one.
I know, right?
That's why you brought it up, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it is.
But there's other organizations that have like, they have an entire, what's it called? They spam it out. You would know what I'm talking about. Anyways, and their thing is if you become a new member, this will reach 20,000 people, which to me is like, yeah, I want to be a member.
Okay.
And our
I love
logo
that
on the
idea.
website.
We were doing that for a little while when Marion was around.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever we get another admin that can help do some of this stuff, that's on the,
I do have a.
We'll highlight you, you just gotta write your own spiel.
I do have a question piggybacking on that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure if anyone here thought about it, but Facebook uses an algorithm to post whatever your post in all your friends groups. So is everyone a friend of each other here on Facebook? Because whenever you post something, everyone now sees it to their friends too.
And you can share.
Well, that's.
You don't even need to share. You don't have to
Right,
tag
yeah,
anyone.
you
It
just-
actually gets blown out to all your friends and family.
Yeah, it's a good point, and we try to encourage everybody to like everybody, and we do have a, what is it, the group page or the business page, we have both. So, I mean, yeah, it's like, at every meeting, if everybody would check in and say, we're here at this meeting with so-and-so and so-and-so, and everybody that they know on Facebook, yeah, it would spread that out. We try to encourage that each meeting.
Everybody should check in at Belmont Village, like right now.
I did.
I
always
saying.
do. And that's always something I forget to say. Hey, check in social media.
And we do need to take a picture too.
Yes, we need a picture.
Bill, I have a question. I look at this from a different set of glasses.
Okay.
I don't know
Good.
anything about really, okay, this particular. I know some people in the room and I know that their business is of high caliber. And most people that spend time in arenas like this have businesses of higher caliber. Okay? I hear that you're trying to expand your membership. But what I don't hear is who are you serving in the end? In other words, and I'm an advocate, okay, you have to understand from seniors for what I do, okay? Because I go out in the world and I ask seniors, where do you get your information? We really don't know where to get it. Do you use the internet? Yes, but we don't know what to trust. Because there's so much. That's the reason for a senior moment with Terry, okay, that we're going to go around the world with on TV, is because now we become the lighthouse for seniors and their adult children. Who are you serving? You're bringing these high caliber companies into your business, but are you sharing that with seniors and their
Well,
adult children?
that's part of the issue is that.
And so how do you do that to get that information to the real end user that's using your product? Because if you're serving those people, okay, and other companies that are of high caliber see the results,
then you will grow on your own because
You know
it's
anybody
not
that's got a
about you.
TV show?
Huh?
You know anybody that's got a TV show?
Anyway, that's
Well,
my,
no,
that's my take from another pair of
Right.
glasses, because I'm looking at the end user, okay, I care about what they get out there.
And that's
Okay,
exactly
That's
right.
why we interviewed
Yeah.
Troy, is because I know that he's reputable, I know he's got high standards, I know that he's gonna go out there, and I know he's gonna do the job, and I don't have to worry about it. And that's why we spent nearly 60 minutes the other day going in depth into that. He's a certified senior advisor. That's one of the great things about being a certified senior advisor. And is that we're elevated to a different level, okay, no different than what you're
Right.
trying to do here. So that's my
So,
focus.
to answer your question, we are serving seniors and families. And everybody in this organization is background checked and vetted. So that's part of being in this organization versus maybe just going to another senior networking function somewhere else where you just got a lot of people coming. And nothing against them, but that's the significant difference between us. And I started it that way on purpose because I wanted us to be a high quality, trusted service organization.
So I guess my point
Now-
being is, from that standpoint, if I go Google who provides senior services, is this group going to come up?
It may or may not, I don't know, Google it, see what you get.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I mean,
that-
if you Google senior services, it might, I think it will come up probably on the first page.
Okay.
I mean, try it, see what happens. But I'm with you, and so, I really
I'm not trying,
appreciate.
I'm just
No,
throwing
I
something out,
appreciate your input.
because I'm new, I'm foreign.
Yeah, no, I
And
appreciate
I
that.
look at this vision, that's how I see things, is through these visions.
Yeah, and so when this group started with 9 people, it was mainly to help serve my real estate seniors.
Right.
But as we grew, it became much more than that. But with that said, it wasn't set up to, the beginning, to, unfortunately, not to market it really well yet. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's why I want to get this feedback, because I want to start,
There
I
are
want to
some
market all of us.
There's some AI marketing companies out there.
Yeah.
We use that at Your Home TV.
Okay.
And it compounds things by quadruple.
Okay, well, we will have a one-on-one. Okay. For sure, but thank you for that input, I really appreciate it, I do. I mean, this is your guys' group, right? It's not just me, this is everybody's group, so that's why I wanna get this input. Photo, okay.
Of the group, just whenever you're done.
Are we, what time is it?
It's
1
o'clock.
Okay, so, anything else?
One more thing, yeah. And this kind of goes along with the reporting, and you know, the base of this group was founded from people bringing in other people.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what was beautiful about it. People bringing in the people that they work with, think that they would benefit from it, people who would help more seniors. And I think having to report who you're gonna invite and being told that you have to invite certain people takes away from that. And then having meetings where you're talking for a half an hour on recruitment and who to recruit, how to recruit, takes away from it. I think the beauty of it is that we all wanna help seniors, and we're trying to bring all the people in that we can, that we know that help and
Mhm.
want to. So, I don't know, I think
So you're not
back
liking.
off that a little bit.
Okay, all right. So you're not liking the requirement to bring people,
Correct.
basically, all right.
And then the discussion at our meetings based on it. I don't like the thought of the person I bring having to listen for half an hour on how to recruit.
Okay, I got you. All right,